Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now that the National Football League's free agency period is officially open, the Baltimore Ravens have made their first signing, and that is of former Baltimore Raven offensive guard John Simpson, coming back to Baltimore from his time with the New York Jets, signing a 3-year, $30 million deal. I think this is a great move by Eric DeCosta to kick things off. We all know that the offensive guard position in 2025 was horrendous. There are no ifs, ands, or buts around it. There's no nice way to sugarcoat that. They weren't good enough. And Lamar Jackson struggled and got hurt because of that. I really like this signing of Simpson. More on that in a second. But real quick, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Here's our live sub count. We're 20 subs away from 46,200 subscribers. Lock us in right now, because every single time the Ravens make a move, we've got you covered with a video, like right here with our main man, John Simpson. I'm really, really high on this sign, okay? Because I never needed Baltimore to go out there and sign the best available offensive guard in the NFL for multiple reasons. Number one, I think bringing in your brand new offensive line coach in Dwayne Ledford from Atlanta, one of the best offensive line coaches in the league, I always felt like that alone is going to raise the level of play with this offensive line. But with the fact that Tyler Linderbaum is most likely, hitting the exit door, I like having a veteran option in there at right guard to kind of be a veteran presence on that offensive line. Or left guard is what John Simpson plays. Because Simpson has historically played left guard in the National Football League, which means I believe they're going to move Emory Jones Jr. over to that right guard spot. Okay, so right now, Ronnie Stanley left tackle, John Simpson left guard, center, question mark. Probably not Tyler Linderbaum. He didn't resign before the start of the legal tampering period, which makes me believe he is going to go sign elsewhere. Emory Jones, right guard, right tackle, Roger Rosengard. Okay, that's kind of the way I see this offensive line going into 2026, which isn't horrible. Okay, now I personally would rather sign a center in free agency than go and draft a center, because I felt like the guard market was a little bit better than the free agent center, than the draft center market is. But anyway, I digress. Let's keep you updated on John Simpson. This last year was fine in New York. Nothing great. 4 sacks allowed, 26 pressures allowed. That's not great either. But I think we also got to remember two things. Number one, he was playing with the New York Jets. And number two, him coming here to Baltimore, I think we'll see a big step back up in his production and his abilities because of the addition of Dwayne Ledford, right? Your new offensive line coach. I just need bodies in there. Frankly, anybody that is not Daniel Falele or Andrew Voorhees, I'm 100% cool with. And if they feel good about the growth of Emory Jones Jr. over the last year or so, then hell, man, I feel good about it. Now, again, when he came in sparingly in 2025, it was at that left guard spot, which is primarily what John Simpson has played throughout his career in the National Football League. I feel like they're just going to move Emory Jones to right guard because he's already proved to be versatile. He played right tackle in college at LSU. And so if they feel comfortable moving him from right tackle to left guard, I imagine they'll feel comfortable moving him from left guard to right guard as well. So this isn't like a jaw-dropping, earth-shattering, groundbreaking signing, but I do think it's a sneaky good move because you get a good, solid guard at a really good deal. And I think since you've let guys like Zeitler and Simpson walk in free agency after the 2023 season, you have regretted every single day since. Because how many times did we look at the film and we saw Daniel Falele just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, and I frankly was tired of seeing that. Grade the Simpson signing by Baltimore A, B, C, D, or F down below in the comment section. Their first signing of the legal tampering period, not their last either. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section by grading it, and quick word from our sponsor. Before we continue on with the video, here's what I'm looking to trade on Polymarket. For tonight's Clippers game, Polymarket is giving Los Angeles a 43% chance to win against the Knicks, and I think the value there is way too good. Kawhi Leonard is looking like the best player in the league right now, and I expect that to continue. For those reasons, I am taking Los Angeles at 43%. $100 wins you $232 if the Clippers take the dub. And with Polymarket, you can trade in and out on momentum shifts without getting blocked or penalized. With in-game trading, once Los Angeles takes the lead or even gets close, I can either ride it all the way out or I could sell early. For example, if you buy at 43% and sell at just 65%, you can snag a cool $151 payout. I'm keeping an eye on the second half run as Kawhi Leonard averages 14.2 points per game in the final 2 quarters, which is the 7th highest in the league. You can't do this with a traditional sportsbook, so get started today. Polymarket is legal in all 50 states. Download the app now to get to the top of the waitlist. The only way to do that is by clicking my link in the description and comments. Unfortunately, it has not been all sunshine and rainbows for the Baltimore Ravens because they lost 3 pretty solid free agents. Honestly, maybe Jordan Stout, the most solid of all of these guys. Draymond Jones signed with the New England Patriots, and Isaiah Likely and Jordan Stout are rejoining with their former head coach John Harbaugh in the Big Apple. Now, there is good news when it comes to Draymond Jones and Isaiah Likely's deal, and that is the price of those deals, right? Draymond Jones went ahead and signed himself a pretty solid contract, I think worth, there it is, $39.5 million with the New England Patriots, and $13 million a year. That's going to be good enough to bring you in a compensatory draft pick around a 4th, maybe even, or a 5th, maybe even a 4th rounder, right? I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere around a 5th, as is Isaiah Likely's. 3 years, $40 million, basically $13.33 million a year. So I think you get 2 5th-round comp picks for those 2 signings right there. Now, obviously, the Jordan Stout deal, not near as much. You're not going to get anything like he's 3 years, $12.3 million deals, $1 million deal to go to the New York Giants. So you're not going to get anything really worth comp pick-wise there. You'll get a 7th. But the hope is you lose free agents that get paid a lot more because you could only have 4 comp picks, and we'd rather that 7th round one be on the chopping block, and not the other ones that were both, 5th round picks. So once you traded for Maxx Crosby, in my opinion, you made your decision on Draymond Jones. And while I liked Draymond Jones, and I would have liked to see Draymond Jones still be in Baltimore, it just didn't necessarily make a ton of sense from a pricing standpoint. You've got bigger needs, right? Because you added Maxx Crosby. Edge rusher still a need, not as big as one now. So $13 million a year to have him come in and be what? The 2nd best edge rusher on this team by a long shot. I don't think that's worth it for Baltimore. And then, of course, with Isaiah Likely, unfortunately, they made their choice. They made their decision when they re-signed Mark Andrews in free agency. So, not re-signed him, extended him, should I say, back in December. I would have extended Isaiah Likely, but apparently there was a report that came out that, hey, look, the Ravens had tried to extend Isaiah Likely, but every offer had been turned down. So, look, they tried. Likely didn't want to take the money that they're offering to stay, and so they said, you know what, let's just keep Mark Andrews in Baltimore. I'm very, very hopeful that they're going to keep Charlie Kolar and then hit tight end either in free agency or in the draft. That's kind of what my thoughts are. And then Jordan Stout leaving, man, that's a big, big blow. He was like the best part of your special teams in 2025. He was the best punter in the league. Reason he's getting $4 million a year to go punt a football. That's a pretty big blow and a big step down you're going to take in punters, no matter who else you bring in, whether this is in free agency or in the draft. But John Simpson is the reason for this video. I think it's a sneaky good signing. Did he have the best year? No, he didn't. But he is still a guy that I believe you can have faith in and know it's going to be a step up from what you had this last year. Gage, let's do a quick thing, go over the big moves today of free agency. And you can do those via, like, Player L3. Just like, just the big ones, like Alec Pierce re-signing with the Indianapolis Colts and things like that. Because NFL free agency technically started at 11 Central and noon Eastern. And there's been some big things that have happened. Like Alec Pierce re-signed with the Colts, 4 years, $160 million deal. He turned down better offers elsewhere to stay in Indianapolis. Kenneth Walker signed a 3-year, $43 million deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Great move by Brett Veach. if you're a Chiefs fan, you should be happy. If you're a Ravens fan, that kind of should piss you off just a little bit. Jalen Phillips, big deal. Goes to the Carolina Panthers, now has top 10 edge rusher money, and is going to be their number one guy on that defensive line. A big move from Carolina, not messing around. A lot of rumors are coming out today that Jalen Phillips is going to stay in Philadelphia. Looks like that is not the case. Kenneth Gainwell signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2-year, $14 million deal. And big trade, Michael Pittman actually got sent to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a late-round pick swap. And the Steelers then extended his contract. So I'm not going to lie. I hate Pittsburgh. That's going to be a pretty solid 1-2 punch at receiver they've got with DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman. That's going to do it for today's show. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you guys got me followed on socials. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel as well. We'll get you covered right here all throughout free agency on the Ravens Rundown.